Hi everyone, welcome back to the Gallowgateshots YouTube channel. Welcome back to episode 10 of Football Manager Survivor Series. This is the show where we have imported everything from real life in terms of league positions, remaining fixtures and also January transfers. We imported everything right up until the 31st of January and then we took over from Eddie Howe as manager of Newcastle United, and the aim was to see if what was done in January was enough to keep Newcastle United in the Premier League. As it currently stands, we're still not safe. We're in 15th on 38 points, and you might think that would be enough, but other results have not gone our way in and around us. We'll have a look at the league table in just a minute, but Crystal Palace are currently in 18th place, filling that final relegation spot, and they have 36 points, so it's going to be a high-scoring relegation in terms of points this season. I feel like 40 points might not even get you safe. That's all a bit by the by for this episode, because one thing we couldn't do was import the cup. So the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup was simulated up till the 31st of January, and we were still in the FA Cup when we took over. We're still in the FA Cup right now. We're going into the final two games of the league season, but it's currently in game the 13th of May 2022. Tomorrow in game is the FA Cup final where Newcastle United will play Man City at Wembley. It's not going to be easy, but this is going to be a one-game special episode where we will see if we can win the FA Cup. So what we'll do, we'll jump into the game. We'll take a little look at the league table because there's a couple of things I missed from last episode. A couple of teams have already been confirmed as relegated, so there's one spot left. You'll probably guess who they are, but we'll take a look. And we'll have a little look at the history of the FA Cup in terms of this season for Newcastle, what we've done, where we've been, the journey so far. And then we'll do the all-important thing. We'll play the FA Cup final. Like I said, it's going to be a one-game episode. We're going to have the game slowed down a little bit, so it'll be a bit longer than usual. There'll probably be a bit more highlights than what we usually do. We'll still try and fit this into 30 minutes. It might be less. I don't know yet. I'm literally recording this before the game, but we'll see what happens. So I'll jump into the game and I'll see you there. Okay, here we are at the home screen when you first load the game up and load up your save. Like I said before, there have been two confirmed relegation spots. Let's look at the competition and the league table. As you can see, Watford and Norwich have been confirmed as relegated. There's a huge gap. There's a 9-point gap between 19th and 18th. And like I've said, Crystal Palace currently hold that last place on 36 points. You've got Brentford and Burnley on 37. And then there's us and Villa on 38. So things haven't been going like they have been in real life. Some teams have actually done a lot better. Let's look at Leeds as that example. Leeds are up in 8th place on 49 points. So, other results from other teams have been different. We haven't been too bad, but like I said, this is more about the FA Cup this episode, where we're in the final against Man City. Let's take a look at the schedule and how we did in the FA Cup. So, like I said, the first game, the third round, was simulated by the game because we weren't taken over then, and it was before the 31st of January. So it had us playing Wigan away, and we beat them 3-0 quite comfortably, I would imagine. It doesn't have any info, so there's no point clicking into this. Then, after we took over, we played West Brom. I think it was the second game we played. It might be in episode 1, might be in episode 2. I can't remember now, it's been that long ago. But against West Brom, we beat them 5-0 at the Hawthorns. Jamal Lewis getting a goal, Paul Dummett getting a goal, Chris Wood getting a goal, and Ryan Fraser getting 2. And Ryan Fraser actually played a perfect 10 game. He had some absolute belters of a goal. Go back and watch that episode because there's some decent goals. Incidentally, Jamal Lewis, even though he's not registered for the league, we can use him in the cups, and he's been performing and playing in pretty much every cup game that we've had. You'll notice this squad for this West Brom game is a bit kind of backup squad. You've got Carl Darlow, Kieran Clark, you've got Jamal Lewis, we've got Jamal Lascelles even getting games in, and Sean Longstaff, who haven't really been playing much in the league for us. When we first started this, I really didn't care about the FA Cup. I wanted it out of the way with. But as it turns out, we went on a little run. So like I said, we beat West Brom. We then went to the London Stadium and we beat West Ham 3-1 in the 5th round. Goals from Joe Linton, Callum Wilson and Miggy Almiron. Still a slightly lesser team. Carl Darlow was in goal for that one. Had Mankio in, Jamal Lewis again. It's actually quite lucky we have Jamal Lewis, because Matty Targett is cup tied, because he must have played for Villa in their third round draw. So we haven't been able to use Matty Targett, and he's not going to be available for the final, which is a bit of a shame. But like I say, we've got Jamal Lewis to come in his place. After West Ham, we had a home draw in the quarterfinals against Leicester, and as you can see, we actually beat them 7-0. Kieran Trippier with a goal, Fabian Schär with a goal, Joe Willock, Jonjo Shelvey, Callum Wilson, Chris Wood, and there was also an own goal from Castagne for Leicester. That was a shock. We absolutely smashed them at St James's, and that booked us a place in the semi-final where we faced Arsenal. This was at Wembley. This was a couple of episodes ago now. We conceded early. We conceded 2 early goals. Emile Smith-Rowe and Eddie Nketiah scoring in the 6th and the 24th minute. But then Arsenal kind of dropped off a little bit, and we were able to capitalise. St Maximin with a goal, Joe Willock with a goal, and then Callum Wilson getting that winner on 64 minutes, which booked our place in the final. This was when I think, was it the Leicester game? Yeah, the Leicester game was when we kind of started. You can see I had Dubravka and goal, Trippier playing all sorts. So the Arsenal game, 3-2, got us into Wembley. There was 45,000 screaming Geordies at Wembley for the FA Cup semi-final, and I've no doubt there'll be the same amount today in this episode for the FA Cup. Man City actually have 5 players doubtful for this game, which could be good for us. I mean, looking at those names, Sterling, Stones, Grealish, Cancelo and Silva, that's huge for us. And the only one we have is Matty Targett, who's ineligible because he's cup tied. We are 2-1 to win this according to the bookies, and obviously Man City are favourites for this game. So let's jump into the game. We'll travel down to Wembley and we'll see if we can win our first FA Cup since 1955. It would be something, wouldn't it? It would be pretty decent. We'll see what we can do. Oh, we have some very bad news. Callum Wilson is out for 4 to 5 weeks. Injured in a robust challenge during training. He has a sports hernia, and he's going to miss the final. That's an absolute sickener. Less than 24 hours before the game. I'm absolutely gutted at that, but we'll play Chris Wood and we'll move on. Okay, so here is the lineup going into the final. Made a few changes, like I said. Nothing too drastic, but there are a few. So we got Dubravka in goal as a super keeper on defence. Kieran Trippier and Jamal Lewis as the attacking fullbacks, with Dan Burn and Fabian Schär in central defence. Jonjo Shelvey is the deep line playmaker. Bruno Guimaraes as the Mazzala in attack, and Joe Linton as the box-to-box midfielder. He's been doing well. Willock drops to the bench, but I've got Willock to bring on should we need to. Up front, we've got Chris Wood as the advanced forward, and then we've got St Maximin and Fraser as the inside forwards. One on attack, one on support. One thing I am going to do is just drop this defensive line down. I'm going to do that before the game because I think that will help against City. We're going to confirm this. We're going to go into the game. Hi everyone, Scott here. While I was editing this video, I noticed that for whatever reason the recording didn't really work too well for this week's game. I've been doing this for 10 weeks and I have no idea why it's decided now not to work. But what I'll do, I'll still include all the video, but we can't obviously re-record it because it's kind of done in real time with the game playing. So I kind of just go back and get another clip. What I will do though is I'll go into the game now and I'll record a quick highlight reel with the goals and everything so you can actually see them. I'll leave the original video in today's episode, but at the end we'll cut back to me now and we'll go over those goals with a better recording hopefully. I'll try to get this fixed for the next episode. I hope it doesn't continue to happen. I've changed nothing, so I don't know why it's done that. Sometimes your computer just goes in a little bit of a go slow, so it's one of those things. But it's one of those things. It is what it is. We'll move on to the game, and then like I said, we'll go back and have a look at the highlights. So I'll leave it there, and I'll see you in a couple of minutes. Okay, Man City get us underway here at Wembley. I've made some changes to the game. I've slowed down the highlights a little bit, so this takes a bit longer, and I've also made it for comprehensive highlights as opposed to key, so we'll get a bit more in this because it's a one-match show. Man City starting with the ball. That was a foul by Fraser that I saw just before there. Fernandinho now has it. He's going to pass it back to Walker. Is he going to get past it, Maximum? Yes, he is. and that's a good block by Lewis. Joe Linton can clear. There's no one really there for Wood to play that ball to, but he didn't win it too well, but we'll see what happens. Bruno now has the ball. He's going to run with it. Passes it to Fraser. Fraser can't get past Nathan Akey, but he gets through. Wood now has it. Fraser's through on goal, and his shot is over the bar. Maybe that's nerves, but it is only 3 minutes in. We'll see what happens. As now Foden's going to come away with the ball. He's going to run with it. He's going to play it back to Rodrigo, who plays it through for Mahrez, but it's dealt with by Dubravka. Dubravka now has the ball. He's going to keep a hold of it. He's going to play it out long. Chris Wood isn't going to get to that. But he does intercept that from Laporte, and he gets it. Oh, yeah. So Trippier now has the ball. He's going to cross the ball in. No one's going to get to that, unfortunately, and it's out for 10 minutes gone. Not a bad start. It's been probably action from both sides, I would say. Not too much in front of goal. That's offside, which is nice. Ruben now has the ball. He's going to play it forward. Gabriel Jesus has picked it up. He's going to run at Jamal Lewis. He's done a little flick to Walker. Walker now, that's a great tackle by Joe Linton. But it's a long-range shot, and Dubravka was scrambling, but he gets the save. It's out for a corner. Man City applying a bit of pressure here now as the ball's cleared by Joe Linton. Great header away from Big Joe there. Coming up to 19 minutes gone now. There is another highlight from Man City. Gabriel Jesus has the ball, passes it back to Laporte. Now to Aki. Aki to De Bruyne. Rodrigo now. It's over the top for Fernandinho, who's played in Mahrez. Oh, that's dealt with. I don't know who got the touch of that. It was a bit quick, but that was dangerous. They got in behind us there. Jonjo Shelvey's now putting a bit of pressure on. There's Kyle Walker. I think Kyle Walker's getting acres of space. We might need to deal with that as the ball's cleared out. Chris Wood has it. Can he hold it up enough for St. Maxim to run onto? No, he gets dispossessed by Kyle Walker. Jamal Lewis is caught up though. Now Joe Linton's going to have a little dig. De Bruyne's free. This is going to be a goal. Yeah, it's 1-0 Man City. It's a nightmare start. Yeah, that was a shame that. Chris Wood kind of broke with the ball but didn't pass it, and then they capitalised. Mahrez with a great ball over to De Bruyne. Was it Fernandinho? Yeah, great ball over, who broke free of the defensive line, and he was one-on-one with the keeper, and you know what happens there with De Bruyne. It's only one thing. It is a tight offside, but he is on. Foden now has it. He's going to play it down to the byline, but he's passed it back. Now gets the ball back. Bruno's on him like a rash. It's a long-range shot from Rodrigo, but it doesn't get to anywhere. I'm just going to encourage the team a little bit. Give them a bit of verbal encouragement as Bruno's give the ball away. That was a poor pass, but the ball's been played out as Foden is injured. Let's see if Foden can continue. Man City are playing the ball out from the back. De Bruyne now has it. Now Rodrigo, and it's back to Ruben, and then it's played long, but Jamal Lewis deals with that. Unfortunately, St. Maxim was already on his way back, so there was no one in the space, but we're pushing them back. Play to the keeper, playing it long. Now Trippier picks it up. Trippier has the ball. He's played it to Fraser. Fraser to Shelvey. Shelvey back to Trippier. Trippier's played the ball forward to Fraser, but Laporte deals with it. Goes out for a corner. Trippier's now going to cross the ball in. It doesn't really beat that first man. That was a bit poor from a throw-in perspective, from a corner perspective, but we have a throw-in. Trippier to Bruno, back to Trippier. He's going to play past De Bruyne, is he? He's not, and it goes straight out for another corner. Let's see if we can do better on this corner. Just change it to that horrible camera angle, and we won the header, but it's saved by Stefan. Stefan's going to play the ball to Ruben. Ruben's going to play it to Laporte. Laporte to Rodrigo, back to Ruben. De Bruyne now is dispossessed by Ryan Fraser, who's going to run with the ball. He's took a long-range shot. It's all day dealt with by Stefan there. We're still in this, I feel. It's 1-0. That was an unfortunate goal to concede. Dan Burn now to Jamal Lewis. Joel Linton has it. St. Maximum. It's picked up by Ruben. It's a poor pass by St. Maximum. And now Kyle Walker's through. Kyle Walker's getting everything, isn't he? Mahrez back to Walker. Back to Mahrez. Rodrigo's took a long-range shot, and yeah, maybe as if he was playing rugby, that would have been decent. We have a lot of tired players out there looking at that. De Bruyne gets across, but it's deflected off Bruno. Now St. Maximum can break, and Wood has the ball. He holds it up, but he's offside. Okay, 40 minutes gone. We have a free kick. Kieran Trippier's going to whip it in. And that's a save by the keeper. And now Wood to Trippier, back to Trippier. Joe Linton has it. Trippier again. Trippier takes a long range shot. It hits De Bruyne. There's a free kick though. Trippier's going to cross the... That was poor. That was very poor. The suggestion changes already. It's the first half. We must be absolutely running on fumes here. It's Jamal Lewis to Joe Linton. Joe Linton runs with it. He takes a shot. Bottom corner. Joe Linton equalises. He gets a goal in the FA Cup final. It's 1 apiece. 43 minutes gone. That goal couldn't have come at a better time. Dan Burn plays it to Lewis. Lewis finds Joe Linton, who was dispossessed originally, and he gets past Rodrigo and Fernandinho, and he just takes a shot, and it's past the keeper. It's 1-1. Ooh, this is getting interesting. Man City going to get us back underway after that, as Fernandinho to Walker. Walker's going to play it down, and St. Maximum intercepts. Now Wood has the ball. Bruno's made a run. That pass is poor from Bruno again. He doesn't seem to be on the ball today. He had a really good game last game, but he's not performing too well so far. As Trippier has the ball, he's going to get the cross in, but it's blocked by Foden, and it's out for another corner. Hey, we seem to be doing okay here. Let's see if we can get anything from this corner as Trippier crosses it in. It's dealt with, but Fraser picks it back up. He plays back in Trippier, who crosses it. There's no one in the box, though, to deal with that, and it's run out. That's half-time. Half-time, and it's 1-1. You can see from that XG match story, we started brightly, then City kind of came back, but then died off a little bit as halfway through that first half, and then we just came straight back into the game. Looking at the stats, we've had 8 shots, 5 on target. Obviously, Man City have the better possession. We've only had 37%. We've had an 86% pass completion, which isn't great. I've seen a few wayward passes go through, but we'll move on to the second half, and we will see what we can get from the rest of this game. Okay, then second half gets us underway. Chris Wood passes it to Shelvey. Shelvey plays it straight to the Man City defence, though. And can we get this back? You don't normally get anything from this first highlight from kickoff, but we'll see what happens as the pressure's being applied. St. Maximum is applying it now to Mahrez. Then it was now to Walker. It doesn't go to anything. Touchline tablets seem to have crashed there. They just had to restart it. Mahrez whips in across. That's dealt with by Dubravka all day. There's no problems there. We're looking at 50 minutes gone. We've got some very tired legs out there. I might look to make a change soon rather than later. It's Man City break. Fernandinho's through. That's a great block by Dan Burn. That's a game-saving block by Dan Burn. Well done him. I wasn't happy with that movement, but the recovery was well. The header came in again. Laporte gets it, but Dubravka's dealt with it. As we now have a throw-in. Jamal Lewis to Dan Burn. Burn to Shelvey. Joe Linton has it. Chris Wood's going to play a long ball over the top, and Trippier's going to pick that up. Is he going to get to it? He's not. Jesus now has the ball. He's going to run all the way down. Shelvey's covering though. He's found... Oh, that's unlucky. That good save by Dubravka with a shot by Braff. It was curling in. Going to make some changes. 64 minutes gone. Ryan Fraser looks dead out there. So we're going to bring on Miggy Almer on for Ryan Fraser. Let's just check the tactics side of it as well. I'm going to switch Miggy and St. Maximum because I feel like Miggy will provide more in defence, and Kyle Walker's getting a little bit too much joy there. Let's see if we can do anything else. Bruno's a bit tired as well, as is St. Maximum. I think I'm going to bring on Joe Willock for Bruno. He's on a yellow card and he's been hitting Kevin De Bruyne pretty hard with some of the tackles, so he's close to a red, I think. So we'll make 2 changes there. Miggy Almer on and Joe Willock on for Bruno and Ryan Fraser. We'll confirm them and we'll continue the game. 65 minutes gone. Okay, coming up to 70 minutes gone. There hasn't been a highlight, but we do have the attack. Jamal Lewis now to Joe Linton. Miggy Almer runs through. Miggy's booked already. I don't know what he's been doing, but he's already got a yellow card. He's just come on the pitch, which is not great. That ball over to Jesus is straight through. He's going to... Oh, it's another save by Dubravka as Shaw cleans up the loose ball there. I thought he was through on goal there. Normally, with Gabriel Jesus, one-on-one, it's a goal. But Trippier has it. He's played it to Willock. Willock's playing the ball back to Trippier. Trippier, can he get the cross in? Yes, he can. There's no one there, though. It's a poor cross. Jamal Lewis can get the loose ball, though. And now Shelvey has it. He's played it over to Trippier. That's another pretty bad cross, to be fair. That's a better one. Chris Wood has it now, Mickey Almiron. And St. Maximum has hit the ball in the back of the net. It's 2-1. It was an assist by Mickey Almiron. The cross was pretty poor, but Mickey picked it up. He passed it to Jamal Lewis, who got the ball in. Chris Wood to Almiron, and then Almiron crosses it, and St. Maximum all day long is going to slot that home. 75 minutes gone, and it's 2-1. Could we do this? It's Man City. Not gonna count any chickens yet. There's a lot of time left as they're playing the ball around. They're not playing it too well, though, as that comes to nothing. Mahrez couldn't get to that. What are we looking at? 78 minutes. We have a free kick. Trippier's going to cross the ball in, and that's a save by the keeper, was it? Or did it go over the bar? It went over the bar. That's unlucky. I think I'm going to take off St. Maximum for these last 10 minutes, because if you look at his fitness, he's absolutely dying out there. Who can we bring on for St. Maximum? I don't know if I've got anyone, actually. Okay, we've moved Joe Linton up to the inside forward role because he can't play out on the left. We've got Sean Longstaff now as the box-to-box midfielder, and then John Joe Shelvey is still playing as the deep line playmaker. St. Maximum was just absolutely dead there, so we've made that change. Dan Burn was probably another one I was looking to make a change, but I can drop Shelvey into a bit more defensive if needs be. Is there anything else we need to do? Yeah, I'm going to waste a bit of time now because there's 10 minutes to go. Let's do time wasting frequently, and we will confirm that, and we're going to the last 10 minutes. We're 2-1 up. Can we hold on for our first FA Cup? Let's find out. Okay, 84 minutes gone. Man City have the ball. De Bruyne has gone off, which is quite nice. It's dealt with by Dan Burn, but he was offside. Dubravka is now going to play the ball to Trippier. Trippier is going to play it out to Shelvey. Shelvey to Longstaff. Longstaff, the ball didn't get to Joe Linton. He didn't quite get to that. And now Kyle Walker can break with the ball. Jamal Lewis has done well covering Kyle Walker, actually. He's not been getting too much in there. He's getting a lot of blocks in, which is nice. Mahrez crosses the ball in. It's dealt with by Dan Burn as Joe Linton tried to get the ball there, but it didn't go to anything as their cross comes to nothing. It's 85 minutes gone. 87 minutes gone, 88 minutes gone. I'm just watching the clock now. Dan Burn with a throw into Joe Linton, back to Dan Burn. It's dealt with, but Jamal Lewis wins it back. Unfortunately, it doesn't go to anyone, but now Dan Burn wins it back. Jamal Lewis can get the ball back to Burn, and that pass is awful. You don't pass it there. As Kyle Walker now has it, he's going to run with it, but Jamal Lewis deals with that all day, and now we're going to play with it quite nicely. Ball's played long. Jamal Lewis wins it. Longstaff to Shelvey. Shelvey can play in Almiron. Almiron's got a bit of pace. Can he get past Zinchenko? He can't, but Trippier gets the cross in. The ball's dealt with as Sean Longstaff there brings down Mahrez. I'll take that. There's 5 minutes of injury time. We have a free kick. Oh, Shaw with a header there. Is it saved or was it? Yeah, it was saved. It's out for a corner. See if we can get a third. Come on. Trippier now is going to cross the ball in. It's dealt with, but it's another corner. This wastes the clock down. I'm happy about this. We've got some dead players, but we've got a corner coming in from Kieran Trippier when he wants to. This is that time wasting coming in, you see. He crossed the ball in. Oh, Dan Burn with the header, but Stefan deals with it. It's 93 minutes gone. 94 minutes. Man City have a highlight. This is not what we want, but John Joe Shelvey, interception there. And then Jamal Lewis as well. He's played excellent today, Jamal Lewis. Oh, that was Joe Linton, actually, but Chris Wood now has it. Willock is going to run with that. Can he play on Miggy? Oh, he tried to, just didn't get to it. It's 94 minutes and 30 seconds. Just take him down. Just snap his legs. And that's exactly what he does. Not in the best of places. Should have done it a bit further there, but Man City with it. Oh, it's dealt with by Dubravka. Oh, it's 95 minutes gone. Extra time is done. Have we won it? We have. Newcastle United have won the FA Cup. We've beat Man City 2-1, and here we go. Let's just soak this in, eh? Let's just watch Kieran Trippier is going to lift this cup, I believe it is. And there you have it. Black and white confetti everywhere, fireworks everywhere. We win the FA Cup. Now all we have to do is survive in the Premier League, because that's still not secure, but let's soak this in for a little bit. There I am on the pitch in my suit. I actually don't own a suit. Who's that doing cartwheels? Chris Wood doing cartwheels on the pitch. That was the biggest cartwheel I've ever seen. Absolutely amazing. Some great performances, I must say. Dubravka was solid. They had 11 shots on target, and he made a hell of a lot of saves there. Jamal Lewis played great. Kieran Trippier played great. Joel Linton and Miggy Almiron, when he came on, had a great game as well. Yeah, we've done it. We've won the FA Cup. That should make the board happy, because they were getting a little bit concerned based on our league performance, because if you remember back in that first episode when we took over, they wanted a top half finish, and the fact we were in 19th, that was never going to happen. But we'll move on. Like you said, we've won the FA Cup. I'm going to say they deserve to celebrate. Everyone's inspired. A few people nervous. I don't get why, but there we go. Okay, so here's the first goal from Man City. Got Fernandinho playing a lovely ball over to De Bruyne, who slots it home. Really nice goal, that. They kind of left our defence. We answer. This is Jamal Lewis passes it to Joe Linton, who gets through a few people and then takes a lovely shot from about 25 yards out to slot it home. And then finally, this is the goal in the 75th minute. Almiron to Lewis. Wood then finds Almiron again, who crosses it for St. Maximum. He's all alone, and he slots it home. So it was a good couple of goals. Like I said, apologies for the recording. Hopefully you've got that fixed. There seemed to have been an update to the recording software, which has absolutely broken it. I had to have a play with the settings. It took a long time, but it's all back up and running now, as you can see. And hopefully for the next episode, this should all be sorted. But we'll move on now to the rest of the episode. And there is confirmation that we have qualified for the 2022 Europa League by beating the FA Cup. We will enter in the group stage as well, so we don't have to go through those horrible pre-season games like you do in other positions. So that is nice. That'll be good for us and good for bringing in players for next season, should we continue with this. We'll have to see if we can stay in the Premier League first. That's still not a case, but we've won our first FA Cup since 1955. Absolutely buzzing. What a great performance by all the team, all the players. Okay, just before we end this episode, there's a few games to be played before our game against Leicester, and we'll come back to the Leicester game next episode. But it'll be good to see what happens here, because we've got Burnley against Tottenham, and we've got Brentford against Everton, and we've got Palace against Villa. So there's a couple of results that could be important. So let's see if we can if they can go our way. So some results, I'm reading this in for the first time, some results really went on our way and others did not. Okay, so first of all, Crystal Palace got beat 6-1 against Aston Villa. That leaves them on 36 points. We have a game in hand because of the FA Cup. Everton were beaten by Brentford, so that moves Brentford above us on 40 points. And Burnley beat Tottenham 3-1, which surprising for everybody, but that moves them up to 40 points in 15th. So we're still, it's still anyone's really. Norwich beat Wolves, and Watford got beat off Leicester 4-0, but those two were already relegated. But it's still anyone's relegation really. I mean, Palace, who have they got to play next? Let's look at their schedule. I think they only have one game left, and it's against Man U. If Palace cannot get a win, they're down. We have Leicester and we have Burnley yet to play. Burnley have Tottenham to play again and us. And then Brentford, I believe, have... let me just see this. Yeah, Leeds. Brentford have Leeds. So it's going to be very, very interesting in the next episode. We will move on to that next episode and we'll play those two games against Leicester and against Burnley. Okay, then that about wraps it up for this episode. What an episode, eh? FA Cup winners for the first time since 1955. Tough game, 2-1 victory over Man City. Didn't expect it to go that way, if I'm being honest with you, but it does mean we're FA Cup champions and we qualify for the Europa League next season. Thanks very much for watching these videos. I really love making them. It's a really stressful, but it's also really enjoyable part of my week when I do these videos. I really look forward to every Sunday when I record them. We go into the next episode just outside that relegation zone. Those last fixtures, some of them went our way, some of them didn't. I feel Crystal Palace might be dead and buried, which they've got Man U next, and Man U are fighting for a Champions League spot, I do believe. We're in Europe, we've won the FA Cup, we still have to secure Premier League survival, so we'll see next week just how we get on there. Like I said before, thanks very much for watching this video. If you do enjoy this content, please consider subscribing to the Gallowgateshots YouTube channel. We have a ton of videos coming out all the time. Every Monday you've got the Always Smiling Faces podcast. Every Friday or Thursday you've got extra time, as long as there's not a match on. You've got the game previews, you've got the match reactions, you've also got the Beyond the Lines, where we'll get an opposition fan on to discuss the coming game. As well as these Football Manager videos, you've also got stuff like extra time and the one-offs like the War Flags documentary that we did. With all that content, you can also, if you would like to, become a member of the Gallowgate or Lee's End. We could have two different tiers of memberships, $2.99 or $4.99 a month, depending on what you want to pay. It's entirely up to you. There's no real difference between the two tiers in terms of content. What you get for that money, you will get early access to videos, early access to all these Football Manager videos. You'll get at least 24 hours early access to these, to the My United videos, to the match previews, and to the Beyond the Lines. They all go early access for our members. So if you want to see these videos first, membership is where it's at. As well as access to the videos, you will also get access to the Telegraph group. The group there's about 120 members in there or something like that, and it's just absolutely full of people. Loads of people went to that little pop-up shop in Eldon Garden and got some nice little jerseys. I can't, because I'm in Amsterdam, unfortunately, so I haven't been able to go, but it seems like some people have gotten some nice classic kits, and they've all been showing them off in that group, as well as during the game, after the game, all through the week. There's a ton of banter. It's really, really good crack and a really good group of people, and like I said, to get access to that, you can become a member to gain access. That about wraps it up for this episode. We did it. We won the FA Cup. We're in the history books, albeit virtual. We go on to next week, where probably the more important question will be answered: can we stay in the Premier League? It's gone right down to the wire. You would have thought we would have made this up, but we haven't. This is how it is. I would have loved it to be wrapped up 2 or 3 episodes ago, but that's not the case. I'll see you next week. We'll go into the final 2 games. Let's get that Premier League survival, and then let's rebuild. I'll see you next time. Ta-ra.